Great.
All right. All right. Hello. Welcome to today's City Council update or preview show. I'm Allen Brown, your host. Do not have a guest today. Due to the COVID-19 restrictions, we decided not to have a guest for the next couple of these sessions. But as soon as we're back to normal or back to not staying at home as much, we can visit the animal control shelter, which we were supposed to do today, and talk to Beth Trousdale, which we will definitely get to that one and get to see those doggies and cats. Today we're going to talk about the storms, the public notice, and COVID-19, and the agendas for next Monday's meeting. First of all, we're going to talk about the storms last night going through the area. I want to first thank all the city employees that had to get out into the night last night and all night for the electric crew. I want to thank you all for helping us get power restored. I think there was a lot of poles down on in the west side by Lena Dunn. So thank you for getting that, and thank you for the continued city employees that are going to continue to help clean up after last night's storms. I think all the communities around us were hit. So shout out to all those city workers in all those communities. Cannot do it without you, and they definitely city appreciates every one of you. Okay, so let's talk about the public notice that the mayor had sent out on April the 6th, extending our closings of our city buildings till April 30th of 2020. Okay, this is kind of going in guidelines with with the state and federal government. The mayor does a good job keeping up every day with any changes in those guidelines and making adjustments as needed. Along with that, our city bus services are, again, on a 24-hour notice, essential rides only. You call 812-254-4564 to make those arrangements. Again, it will still run, it's just a call basis only and 24-hour notice. So I know that's kind of inconvenient for some, but that's the way it needs to be in this time. They're going to work hard to make sure they can fulfill all those needs. All the city services, we are still here. We still have to operate the city as minimum staff as they can. But if you need any kind of city service, we ask that you please call whatever department that is first. All of our city buildings are closed to people walking in, so just make sure that you call that department. It's very imperative that you call them and then make arrangements to take care of whatever your issue is. Utilities, we're making payments. You can drop them in a drop box at the city hall and at the drive-through. You got drive-through out there on the East Side Park area, and then you can also mail them in, but allow plenty of time for the mail to get there, and then also online payments. If you need any services there, you can call 254-2730 at the utility office to make any kind of arrangements or appointments. Okay. So talk about COVID-19. I really want to commend our community to really pulling together. Our mayor worked really hard last weekend after he had been notified about the possibility of one of our local nursing centers being a COVID-19 facility. We did not have any prior knowledge to that before Saturday morning. So I believe that the mayor did as much as he possibly could within his powers, and then the county really took over and Monday did a lot of activity to make sure that those residents and those staff are back where they belong. A personal opinion there, not really from the city side, but this is my preview show, so it's kind of a personal opinion there. But I am glad that those residents and staff are back there. Hopefully they can get back to a little bit of a normalcy and continue to live in our great city of Washington. That's really all I'm going to say about that incident. But thank you to all that was involved, including the people that were out there from the community supporting those residents and staff. They did a great job in keeping it very civil. So thank you to everybody that helped with that situation, and thanks to the mayor for all of what he did. Okay. Okay, we're gonna, this is gonna be a short one because we don't have a guest, and I don't really want to go into detail on some of them things. So we're just gonna go over the agenda now. So the city council agenda, we do all the normal stuff at the beginning. It's going to be a little different this time. We're going to actually limit it even more, okay? So there will only be about 4 or 5, just a handful of people in the city council chambers. The rest of the councilmen will call in on a conference call, okay? We are still going to live stream it. JJ Brown is volunteering to continue to help us live stream all these events. Since school is on e-learning, those students are not available to us anymore. We are still using the school's equipment, which is a great equipment, and JJ helps with that class, so he is still connected to that class and still continue to help us out and live stream these, which it's been great. You know, we were doing this before all this pandemic, and now that we are into this, this has been a great alternative that we didn't have to figure out on the fly. So thank you to JJ and to the school for allowing us to use their equipment. Dwayne Shake, who's one of the teachers, and Angela Barnard, they've also been instrumental in helping us get this started and allow us to continue through this COVID-19 pandemic issue. We're going to go through this. We're going to have a resolution of 7-2020, and that's a transfer of funds in the Parks Department. Kip has told me that that is to purchase a carriage to be pulled by a tractor. We're getting ready to pave that parking lot out there this summer, so we want to make sure that we protect that parking lot. So that is a way we're going to still have carriage rides during some of our events at the park and pull it by a tractor. So I applaud Kip to make sure we take care of that large investment of our parking lot. We're also going to have a reading of Resolution 8-2020, and that's an application that's actually basically just going to authorize the mayor and Chuck Martindale, who is our transit representative, to file application with the Department of Transportation for grants that help run our city bus service. That's very vital, and we do it every year, so it's kind of just a formality, but it needs to be done so we can meet guidelines for the grants. So that's what that's going to be about. We're going to also have a resolution of 9-2020. It's going to be authorizing transfer of funds in the Board of Public Works and Safety budget. I did not get much information on that. It was a late entry last night. And again, Debbie gives these to me early. We typically don't get these till later today so that we can go over them. So I want to thank Debbie personally that she gets these to me. As all the stuff she has to do, she still gets these and allows me to have a little early access so I can prepare for this live preview show. So thank you, Debbie. That's going to be it for the agenda on the City Council. The Board of Public Works will meet also. And really the only thing on there that they're going to talk about, they're going to open the bids for the Ford police utility vehicles, or the financing for those police vehicles. We did the Dodges already. They've come in, they're doing work to get those on the street. Now we're doing the financing bid package lease for the Ford vehicles. They're also going to be opening bids received for the construction of the wastewater treatment plant improvements for the phosphorus removal and new lab facility. We've been talking a lot about that here in the past few shows. We got the $750,000 grant. It's going to be around $2 million. So we'll find out now. They're going to open some bids on Monday to see what those costs are coming in. And this is a pretty aggressive timeline, wanting to get started early this summer to get that started before any deadlines. So that's why that's still continuing to go. The mayor is doing a good job at keeping essential business on these two meetings. I think I talked to him this morning, and this is his 100th day in office. He's had one heck of 100 days. Mayor, I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon, but maybe after this all happens, he can take a little rest. But it's definitely going to be a learning experience. This is something we've never had to go through in my lifetime of something like this, an extended period of time of staying at home unless you're in essential service. And I applaud all those people who are essential services, in the medical field, in the retail side, the truck drivers, everybody that has to help us continue to survive and live during these times. I applaud everybody, our law enforcement, fire, everybody. So in these times, it's more important than ever that we come together as a community, as a country, and as a world, for that matter, and support each other and continue to hunker down, as the governor says. The stay-at-home order, he has extended that, and we will continue to monitor that as it goes on. And then hopefully we will see a downturn in the COVID-19 illness, and then we can get some sort of normalcy as soon as possible. Until then, next time, again, we're going to have Beth Trousdale, the animal shelter, on one of the future ones, probably in a couple times from now. The next one will probably be just like this. It'll just be me. I know that's boring, but you're going to have to live with it. I'm sorry, but I'm still going to continue to get the information out to you before the city council meetings. So make sure that you tune in on Monday night at 6:30 p.m. We are still going to live stream it. It's going to look a little different, little weird, just having 4 or 5 people in there, but we are still going to do it so we can get that stuff to you live. And as if you can't make it out, which we want you hunkering down, so don't make it out, watch it live on WHSH Broadcasting on YouTube. Share it. Make sure everybody in this community can stay up to date on anything that we do in city government through that page, and tune in. So until next time, I'm Allen Brown.